All right. So, good morning or good afternoon, depending on when you are watching this recording. Today is Friday. Of course, there is no live session. Um, uh, just a reminder that the Functions project closes this Sunday, June 2nd at 11:59. Right. So, it's past due as of now, and it closes this Sunday. So, you're going to use today's class time to finish and submit your Functions project. If you completed it or submitted it already, make sure you read your feedback. Make corrections and resubmit for regrading to improve your grade. Now, if you finish the functions project and you're happy with your grade, what should you do today? Well, you should study for your final exam. Refer to your class plan. I made a task for the entire day, and in there it details how to study for the final exam. It has links to yesterday's and um, Wednesday's reviews, so the recordings, the slides, which has the question review slides, the question review questions and the answers, as well as a Word document with the review questions themselves. If you didn't get any of this, if you're missing any of the study guides, please click on the recordings. From those 2 days, I pushed out the study guides from units 2, 3, 4 for semester 1 and 5, and then 6, 7, and 8 for semester 2. If you're missing any practices or earn less than a B on any of your practices, you can complete and retake them. Don't forget to use your notes, note guides, and study guides to help. If you're missing any assignments that are closed, that means they have a 0 in the grade book, send me an email to request and to request access to it. And then, I'll explain to you how to do that and when you can get access. Now, I won't be able to give you access today because I'm off work. But on Monday, June 3rd, if you sent me an email requesting access to something that's complete, I can discuss your options with you. Also, if you did poorly, I didn't put it on the board here, but if you did poorly on any of the unit tests, 6, 7, or 8, you can access the PDF documents with the questions and make corrections. If you need those documents, you can't find them online in the course, again, send me an email. Let me know you'd like to make those corrections, and I can send you the document. All right, the next couple of slides are just the functions project. So this is slide 1. Of course, my name, Mrs. Worrell, in the class time, whether it's 9 a.m., 12:30, or 1:30 p.m. Make sure the function is in the format y equals mx plus b, that it supports your real life situation. So your real life situation should just not be like movie theater. It has to describe the situation. Input and output, I'm not looking for numbers there. I'm actually looking for what the X means in your real life situation. Weeks, days, months, number of movies rented, number, whatever the situation is. Output usually is the total of something. So if you rent 2 movies per month, and then the total will be total movies rented over the entire period of time. Input-output table, again, students are making mistakes here. Make sure that you're using your function. Okay, so you put whatever your function is, right, that you describe right here. Okay, you put in your input values. You get to pick them. They can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. They can be 5, 10, 15, 20, depending on your situation, what makes sense in your real life situation. But you substitute your input values for the X in your function, y equals mx plus b, and then you simplify to find out what your output value is. Okay? At the bottom, it says move to the graph room, but we're just moving to the next slide. Then you create your graph. Make sure your graph has a title. You label the X and Y axis with descriptions, and they should be the same as the XY descriptions on slide 1, and provide a scale. So that means the numbers. What do each of the grid marks represent? In this it goes from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. And then what it says here is that from 0 to 2,330 is the first. That little squiggly mark means it's the same size as all the others, but it's not made to scale. So we start at 2,330, and then every grid mark up after that goes up by 30 songs. Okay? You can make your table in PowerPoint. You can use Paint or some other online. You can also print it out, draw it, scan it in. Okay? But the points should be plotted based on your input-output table. Then you draw a line connecting them. Your domain and range, again, use set notation. Some of you are trying to use interval notation, and I will accept it if it's accurate and makes sense to your real-life situation. But some people have put negative affinity, and their X domain represents time. Well, you can't have negative time, so it doesn't make sense. So basically, all you need to do here is input for your domain and range the values from your input-output table, and to use the curly brackets, which is for set notation. Conclusion, does your function have a positive or negative slope? And why? Okay. So it has a negative slope because it decreases from left to right. It has a positive slope because it increases from left to right. Something like that. What is the relationship between your input and output? Again, don't use the words input and output. Use the terminology from slide 1 of what your X and input output represents. The more movies I rent, the more it costs me. The more the time go by, the farther I run. Things like that. For the second one, the relationship, that's where you can say whether it's a positive or negative correlation between the input and output values. So when we were doing those 2 sentences that we were working on at the end of the year, there are the sentences. As blank increases or decreases. They have a positive correlation or they have a negative correlation. And then post-project reflection, 3 things you learned. Make sure you use complete sentences. And do you feel like you have a better understanding of functions? Do not write yes or no. Yes and why, no and why. You're basically relating to this project. Did it help you better understand function? If so, why? If not, why not? And then a lot of students aren't doing any creativity. You lose 5 points if you don't change the template. The more you change it, or the more creative, the more fun you have, you can earn those 5 points. So change the template design. You can go into design, change the font, style, color, size, add clip art or other images, have fun and be creative. So if it's about running movies, you could put pictures of TVs or movie theaters and all different signs for movies, showing a disc, showing people watching a movie. So have fun. And then make sure that you save it and that you go under Tools Assignments and submit it to the Functions Project folder for grading. Again, it closes on June 2nd. And that's all I have. So I wanted to go over, again, the Functions Project. Let's see if I can. I was trying to see if I could go. So again, today there's no live session, but you should complete your functions project. Make corrections if you already submitted it and you read the feedback and you want to improve your grade. If you completed it and you're happy with your grade, you're either studying for your final exam, details in your course plan, complete or retake practices. If you're missing assignments or closed, you can request access to them. Send me an email. If you did poorly on a unit test, you can make corrections. Send me an email letting me know which test you want to make corrections on. I'll send you the PDF of the questions. You redo the ones you got wrong. You explain your work. You select a new answer choice, and you send the file to me in email for regrading. Have a great day. Have a great weekend, and I see you guys on Monday.